So salty.
That's why I'll be honest, like I like the first sips, but then like I had to stop drinking it. It's like, very salty.
Anyways, well, here it is, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're watching and listening to Nothing Special episode 7. Oh God,
Damn.
episode. No, I skipped 30 episodes. Episode 47 of Nothing Special podcast. For our returning viewers, you will see that there is nothing behind us because we're actually in a new location. The set has moved because I have moved, so naturally I'm still in the unpacking phase and in very much the broke because I'm buying furniture phase. So rest assured, the stuff behind me is going to look a lot better in the next couple of episodes. Yeah, and if I had a green screen, I would definitely do it. Yeah, I would put us like in Tokyo or something. But yeah,
that's what we need to do, is put a green screen up, and every week it's like we're live from
something different.
Live from Tokyo.
Shout out to Amsterdam. They came through for us that 1 week.
What was that? Like, that was just randomly.
I have no idea.
Yeah, to any of our Dutch listeners.
Yeah.
Thanks for the random boost in viewership.
Fucking huge
and
boost.
Was that just from like listens?
That's a listens.
Yeah, so thank you to I would have learned a little bit of Dutch to say hi, but I did not.
I had an excuse. I was fucking moving.
I'm studying for a test.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, so anyways, we're gonna bring you guys. We took a break last week because of because of the move that I was that I'm still doing right now, but we couldn't skip you guys for a second week.
No,
we had to get this.
There was a little bit of like when I got here, like, damn, you haven't unpacked anything?
Yeah.
Let's not record.
I guess we're just eating. No, but definitely want to bring you guys some content. Thank you so much for everybody that's watched the YouTube channel. Keep it locked there for all the videos. We definitely have some things planned, especially now that we're in the new area. We have a new space. We have so much more room to do shit.
So much room for activities.
So much more room for activities. I feel like we're definitely going to have another streaming marathon going on here before the end of the year.
What is that?
Live streaming.
What does a marathon mean?
You know what it means.
Like a 24-hour one?
It doesn't have to be 24
hours.
Like,
I'm not ready for that shit.
It doesn't have to be 24 hours. But we're definitely going to hold another one before the year's end. And it should be pretty dope. So stay tuned for that, and we'll keep you guys updated. But other than that, let's kick off this very short but sweet episode.
It's done.
Yeah.
No. All right.
So
we don't have our trusty whiteboard.
We don't have the whiteboard. I left the whiteboard. I gotta buy another whiteboard.
Oh, you have to buy another one?
Yeah.
You can never go back to your parents' house?
Well, Emily wanted it, so.
Oh. Emily. Shouldn't even listen to the podcast.
I need to get another one. But I'm gonna get a bigger one that I can just like hang up.
Okay.
So, there's that one. You're like,
where are you
gonna hang up something?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry for the cathedral-like voices that you're hearing too. It's a little, like I said, it's a little barren in here, so it's gonna be a little echoey. But regardless, let's kick it off, man. How was your week?
Week was.
How was your 2 weeks?
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Well, that's the thing. Like, pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't really remember what I did. I should have thought about it before we got here, but I've been studying a little bit for a test that I have coming up. Kind of nervous about that, but putting it off. I think we're gonna talk about this another week, maybe, according to you. But I saw Mission Impossible Fallout.
Oh God.
Saying that shit is on point. I
fucking hate that I have not seen it yet. I'm fixing the mic. I hate that I haven't seen it yet because I love the Mission Impossible movies.
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen one since, like I was telling you right before we started, I haven't seen one since part 2.
Yeah.
And even then I was like, I don't know, what were you like?
Underrated franchise.
Yeah.
100%.
I haven't seen the other ones,
100%.
but this one, I feel like, what's the guy's name? I don't know the guy's names, but like I only know the names of the movies. They got Benji.
Oh,
Benji's really cool.
Simon Pegg.
Luther's really cool.
Yeah.
Ethan's really cool.
Yep.
So like it's like the thing now I'm like a big fan of Ethan Hawke. Is that his name? Ethan Hawke is an actor, right?
No, yeah, Ethan Hawke is an actor.
What's his name in the movie?
Tom Cruise.
No, yeah, I know who Tom Cruise is, but in the movie, what's his name? Ethan something.
Oh yeah, Ethan. I forgot his last
It's
name.
not Ethan Hawke. No, I think it's about it. Yeah, shit is good. So if anybody hasn't seen that, check it out. But I think we'll talk about that another day.
It kind of it wasn't doing too hot at the box office.
I don't know why. Shit is.
Yeah, I think it did. I think it did well overseas, but here, like I don't know. I guess people are just getting tired. But they should really give it a chance. I love that franchise, man. It's so good. Mission Impossible 1 is fucking classic. The part 2, it's in its own right of like special sort of bad but good movies. More bad to be honest with you.
The way, from what you've told me, it gives me the vibe of those movies where the first one was good, and then somebody gets a hold of it that's a little too cerebral. And
exactly.
Like,
yeah. John Woo. I feel like John Woo got like he got his hands on it, and he was like, I'm about to fuck shit up.
Yeah. So it just needs to be like an action movie that's just like fun and
super stylized.
Yeah.
It was such a super stylized sequel, but definitely underrated franchise. I really want to see it. I bought the collection on Blu-ray, so my girlfriend and my plans are to watch do a marathon where we watch all of them in one day, and then we wanted to go see it in theaters, but we might have to catch it at the dollar theater. So I don't know.
Yeah, he says not doing that good. I don't know. It was good. So
yeah. I really want to catch it. I haven't seen the movie. in a while. I haven't gone to the theaters in a while.
I haven't been in a while either.
Yeah.
I think besides that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
What about you? I guess you've been busy doing this.
Yeah, I feel like moving has been pretty much my week. Well, the last week was packing. Like, we had the weekend to move. I was not done packing until like Saturday night, maybe. Saturday night. That Saturday night is when I finished packing, and then Sunday morning throughout the entire night, I was just moving all my stuff over here. And it's not terribly far from like where I used to live, but it's far enough to where like multiple trips can be fucking like really just inconvenience in a way.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty much it, man. Moving, packing, the headaches of moving. I never really. I know, like, everybody doesn't really like moving.
Who the fuck likes moving?
Exactly. Like, I know a lot of people are like on this. We're all on the same page of like, yeah, fuck moving.
Moving gets that Monday treatment where it's like Mondays, am I right? Like, it's just like a consensus.
Moving,
nobody likes that.
Well, like, I don't know. It had been a while since I had moved. I mean, the last time I moved was from fucking college to my house where I was living, and even then, it wasn't that bad because I just had what I had in my like a little room of my apartment. But now this time I cured so much shit so much stuff that like packing it and labeling the boxes and bringing them over here, god damn, that was a fucking nightmare.
So you did you brought this all yourself?
Yeah,
I was wondering because you have a bunch of like labels on them, but I'm like,
I know,
did you bring these?
I know. Like when I got here, like that's exactly what Brandy said. She's like, you spend so much time labeling and not enough time moving. She's like, you were the one that was moving it. Yeah. Why did you label?
So it's like from here I can see boxes that say like very fragile and stuff like that. I'm like, why weren't you the one taking care of it?
I had like a couple people that did come through, but like even then, like they were like, why did you write like very fragile like all around the box like 4 times?
Also, like how fragile are amiibos?
They're pretty. If they're in the package, they're pretty fucking fragile.
If they're in the package, because you don't want the package to get like wrinkled or smushed. Okay,
come on,
all right.
Come on,
I'll give you that.
Give me that.
I'll give you that
at least. And then I was finding shit that like I totally forgot I even bought. Like I found like that Mondo poster from Back to the Future. That was dope because I saw this like big cylindrical fucking thing in my closet, and I was like, what the hell is this? And I opened it, and like. I pulled it out and it was all like a wax paper, and I opened it up. It was a fucking Back to the Future Mondo poster. I was fucking freaking out. I was like, damn, I totally forgot about this shit. And I was like, wonder how much it's going for on eBay. It's going for like $40.
Okay. That's what. So I know you're like pretty big in the collecting shit.
Yeah.
And I also, from time to time, like I get into it a little bit. And like what you just said, where you opened it and you kind of didn't realize oh shit, I have this.
Yeah,
that's when I really hits me like I don't need this shit ever, because I have a lot of stuff like that too, where I'll realize like oh, there's that thing I bought like 3 years ago, and it's just like in the closet, and at the time I really wanted it, and now it's just there. Sometimes I think about that, where I'm just like, maybe I'll get to that age where like I'm just not that into collecting shit.
Nah, don't tell me that shit.
I'm starting to like not see the point, but I like having this shit anyway. So
there's I mean, I know what you're talking about though. It's funny because I don't know. I guess it was like how I got into watching these sort of videos. But recently, I've been watching videos of like people living in like tiny places, like tiny.
Is it because you were about to move?
I guess I don't know. Like it was people living in tiny places, or like making do with like an apartment in New York City that's like 500 square feet.
Mm-hmm. And
it's nothing but like videos of that on YouTube, and they're pretty good. And you can tell like some of the people, you can tell some of the people are like just normal people that have a small place, so they're very what's the word? They have a use for everything that they have. They don't overbuy things. They don't have like extra stuff that they don't use or don't need. And they're just logical. They're very logical about how they live, and very smart. And I'm like, man, yeah, these people seem like pretty cool. But then you get like some of them that are just fucking crazy. Like you can tell they're a little crazy. And it's just like, oh yeah, this is my. I chose not to install a working toilet, so this is just a bucket that I can just kind of do my business, and then it has a handle here so that I can pick up. And I go outside and I just spray it off. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's just like
that shit.
People do it, and I feel like they do it just to kind of, I'm so off the grid, and I don't need anything. And I've known people like that where they make it a point to always kind of, I don't need things. I don't like. I'm past like owning. It's just I don't know, shit like that. Really, woke. Yeah, shit like that. I'm just like, what the fuck ever. Like, I need my shit. Like a toilet, like that sounds horrible.
Yeah, why have people over ever? That's the most like. That's the one thing I fucking need.
Like, not only is it just, it's not like a luxury. It's not. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I know there's a lot of places in the world where people don't have, like toilets and stuff like that.
Whoa.
But it's definitely a thing here. Like, if I'm not gonna like. The rest of the world doesn't have it. Like, not the rest of the world. Some places don't have it.
Yeah.
Why should I? I'm like, nah. Like, we have it, so I might as well.
We have the power.
I'm like Kyle having a bidet. I don't know about that.
You don't like bidets?
I've never used one before.
Hey man,
and I don't like taking the shit anywhere else. So I've never used Kyle's.
And just say that bidets. I'm gonna buy that today for our restaurant.
I'm never gonna use that shit.
The bidet. Why not?
It's just
the bidet.
First, I never fucking take shit at your house. Like when I've been over.
That's very true.
And then I've been like. We've been friends for I've come over to your house maybe for like 5-6 years now, and I feel like I've taken the shit at your house like twice.
That's very true.
It's just like out of necessity.
Like every time I go to your house, I take a shit.
Also, all right, this is gonna be kind of like weird. Maybe it's gross. All right, here's the thing. I feel like now that I've talked about my like shitting anxiety here before. So now that I've been kind of branching out, like I sometimes will go to people's houses, and I feel like at your house. You have one of those like toilet seats that the like thing is like more round.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
No.
Okay, so like
I hate that.
Like so that's my thing.
I fucking hate
like
that.
I find it so uncomfortable. Like
yes,
because it's like all right, so like my dick doesn't fit in here. Like that's
like like your balls and your dick just gotta rest on.
And all I can think is like, well, this is where Pedro rests his dick and balls. So like, now my shit is here too. But if you have it inside, it's like too cramped in. It's like touching the inside, and like I don't know where to put it, because like the one at my house is more that like oval, like so it's like longer, so it's got plenty of room to like hang out. But like I was at your house and I was just like, so if I try to like sit, all right, I just need that like cleared up.
I fucking hated that damn toilet because, and that's why I would use my parents' toilet because it was more oval and it was bigger. Like whoever the fuck that they thought was gonna use the back restrooms. Never showed up or some shit.
I don't like that, and I've been at places where you ever seen a place where people have like a cushioned like toilet seat?
Nah, I don't fuck with that.
And I feel like I don't see it much anymore. It must have been like a '90s thing.
Yeah.
But like a friend of mine had that growing up. I fucking hated it.
Nope.
Because it's just like I don't.
There's something I like sitting on a cold toilet.
I don't like it to be well.
To me, at
Yes,
least,
and
because I'm just kind of like, all right, nobody's using it.
Yeah.
I'm the first one that's using it in quite a while. So
I don't
I'm
need it to be
fine.
that, like, something about that material. I'm like, oh, that's gross. Like,
Yeah.
it's gross, and it's also, I can't get into the position I want to get because it's like,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Nah. But that round shit, I don't know I was going to bring that up because it was a couple weeks ago when I was like,
Yeah.
took a shit at your house, but like I sat down and I was like, how the fuck? Like, I'm having to like tuck shit in. Nah.
Yeah, no, that I fucking hated.
Maybe
that.
I put a little piece of toilet paper so I could put my
That's what I
jug
did
right there.
That's what I did. Even when I used it by myself, I was like, yeah, no, I don't like it just resting there. It looks weird too.
Yeah.
You look down and just like, way to go.
So it's just hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one. There's one couple particularly that like what they did, because what they did was they bought a fucking house, and then they're like, fuck this, we're gonna make our garage our house, and we're just gonna rent the front part. And like for the most part, like they were definitely on the kind of like the hippie shit a little bit.
We don't need anything.
Yeah, but they did have a very cool fucking like garage apartment, whatever the hell, because the guy had taught himself how to weld, and so he welded like bar stools, and then they built like a bar inside. It looked fucking great. It looked
Would you have enough room to have a bar? Like
that's how big the garage was.
Oh,
Like the
okay.
garage was like pretty big, but it was like a studio. Just imagine like a studio apartment, but like a big one, and it was pretty cool because like I just imagine, like when I watched it, I was like, damn, like that would be cool for a fucking college student or something, you know?
Yeah.
But it was like him and his wife, and then like the dog, which also kind of sad because he's like, you know, we're just really living here until, you know, I forgot the dog's name, but basically until the dog dies, and then they're gonna travel. I was like, oh God, like Jesus. But I've been really big into doing that, or like looking at those videos. And so when I see these people having like shit that they use, and you know, to some extent what they want, but never excessive, and I look like I have like 30 boxes back there. I was like, shit.
I see a lot of little collectible statues.
But for me, I'm just like, I already have some stuff on eBay.
Yeah. But once you set everything up, like this place
Exactly.
isn't small, so
Yeah,
like you
exactly.
definitely don't live in a 500 square foot apartment.
No, it's not. Yeah. So, you know, I've just pretty much been doing that, and like the moving in general is just we're finally. I mean, I was finally done moving, like I said, Sunday night, and even then I had completely forgotten all my clothes. So I think Monday during my lunch break, I drove all the way back to my parents' house and got my clothes, everything, brought it back and put that shit up. So it's moving along piece by piece.
It was like weird because you were telling me, yeah, I move in like September.
Yeah.
And that was maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, it's coming up. How you ready? And I haven't packed anything. Then for some reason you were like, hey man, like I'm getting kind of nervous. I haven't packed, and we move in like later in August. It was like, yeah, I thought you said September, and now I moved up. And then it was just like, I'm moving in this Saturday. It was like, what the fuck? And like every time I talk to you, it was like next week all of a sudden.
Yep.
But yeah,
I was like, stop fucking asking me.
Yeah. All right. Well,
yeah, that's pretty much been my 2 weeks here. Like I said, hopefully by the next episode 48, we're gonna have a little set here. So that's my plan. But
put up the Flavortown license plate.
Yeah, you need to bring that. Yeah, fuck. Can you bring my Blade Runner?
I haven't watched it yet, though.
God damn it!
You're not gonna watch it anyway.
I'm gonna watch that shit when I get the new TV.
It's too long. I feel like,
oh God, it's not long enough.
I'll watch it. All right, fuck.
But yeah, so episode 48. Keep a lookout for the set. Hopefully, I have something up. But other than that, so that was our week talk. Definitely kind of want to get into a couple of stories that hit this week. One of the first things I wanted to talk about was, did you see the Logan Paul and KSI boxing match? Did you know anything about it that was happening?
So here's my thing.
Do you know the ending, or do you know?
Yeah. So I'll let you kind of break it down, but I feel like I didn't know anything about it until maybe I think the day before we were online and you were telling me, yeah, Logan Paul and so, I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
But apparently he's like an actual like amateur boxer or something.
Not really. No, he's just a YouTuber.
Oh, I thought he was a fucking fighter.
No,
he's not.
No. So KSI is a YouTuber in UK, and he's pretty much like the Jake Paul of UK.
Oh.
And he's done this already before, where he challenged another UK YouTuber to a boxing match. That made a shit ton of money, and so who is he going to challenge next? He definitely
Who's paying? How are you? People are paying
Pay-per-view.
to get in. It's pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view. Pay-per-fucking-view. That's what I'm saying.
I thought that shit was on YouTube.
No, pay-per-view event.
Oh, okay.
So so then KSI then started challenging Jake Paul, and then so of course, like they collabed on this, and then they fought each other, and then their little brothers fought each other too. So you had
Jesus Christ, the other Paul brother.
Logan Paul is the one that fought KSI, and then KSI's little brother Deji fought Jake Paul, which is Logan Paul's.
What happened in that one?
Logan Paul beat the shit out of Deji, and then
they were boxing.
Yeah, they were boxing. So there's a lot of shit going on with this fight. First of all, the fight had I don't know exactly how much money that they made, but they made a fuck ton of money, a shit ton of money. You got the pay-per-view event, you got the pay-per-view money, you got the money for the tickets, and I could just imagine all the fucking sponsors and everything that they got, everybody that they got to sponsor the fight, because all the streaming numbers and all that shit.
Yeah. And
then on top of that, they had on the fight. I'll do like a recap on it because I didn't see it, but I'm doing a recap of the recaps that I've seen. So on the Jake Paul and Deji fight, the two little brothers, apparently Deji had Jake Paul had been taking this shit seriously enough to where he got a boxing coach. He was training for 3 months.
Shit.
And
I thought it was just thrown together. I guess it's a whole
thing. They were training. It was a huge push. They traveled around the world and did marketings for this. And then they also did the weigh-in and all that shit.
Yeah.
And so Jake Paul, he got it. He trained for 3 months or something like that straight. And Deji apparently went on record as yeah, I trained, but I also like to eat. So, and he would post pictures of him at the Cheesecake Factory or whatever. So then apparently when they both showed up to the fight, Jake Paul apparently looked pretty good. Mm-hmm. He had his whole little theme going. It was this weird Bane look that he was going for. He had the little mask on and shit.
Yeah.
And then apparently when Deji came out, he was just man, you're not fit at all. You're just this short little guy that's just kind of little pudgy and everything. He's what the fuck have you been doing?
Aren't those Paul brothers already a little
they're in shape, right? Yeah, they're in shape as hell. They're definitely fucking in shape already. And yeah, apparently it was no contest. Fucking Jake Paul just beat Deji. I don't think it was horrible, but he definitely beat him up.
A little bit I read about it, so I thought it was just these two. I thought he was like I said, he was an amateur boxer or something like that. I know who the other Paul guy is. Yeah. And I thought it was just it's on YouTube. They're gonna throw something together. But the little bit I read, there were there was a 7-fight undercard or something. Yeah,
there was. Just
what the hell?
Yeah, there was undercard.
Who else was fighting? Just
I think other YouTubers or some of their friends had fought. I have no fucking.
Was Tanika there? Tana?
No, she was not. No, fucking Tanacon. But yeah, they so that was their fight, and then between matches they had little entertainment segments, and one of them was this dude that was dribbling a soccer ball in the middle of the ring, he would bounce it on his back and all that shit. Apparently that went on for 5 minutes straight. The crowd was what the fuck's going on? Yeah. So then finally when they get to the main event, KSI versus Logan Paul, they come out, they're fighting. From what I've seen, or from what I've heard, is that for the first part of the match, KSI is just beating the shit out of Logan Paul. Mm-hmm. And then halfway through the match, Logan Paul comes back, and now he's beating the shit out of KSI. Uh-huh. And then of course it ends in a draw. Yeah. It ends in a draw. You know exactly what the fuck they're doing. You know exactly what they're doing.
We're already warmed up for KSI and fucking Paul part 2.
And I'm not I've said it on the show before. I'm a hater.
Yeah.
I'm a hater, but I mean, I give props to them for doing this shit, because you know how much money they made off of this, and now of course it was rigged. Why would they not try to do a second fight? Why would they not? But I don't know. I don't think anybody should watch it.
I
think the second fight's a little pushing it.
The thing is, like, I don't know anything about these guys, but the second I heard, oh, they're gonna fight, like, I feel like I could smell that shit from like miles away. Like, this shit's gonna end in a draw. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember thinking, like, there's no way. Like, it's not gonna. Because, like I said, I thought he was another fighter, but I thought it's gonna be like when fucking Floyd Mayweather fought McGregor. That wasn't the draw. Yeah. But everybody thought, oh, it's gonna be like an ass beating on like fucking this guy. And it was just kind of like, hey, like he won. He was technically a better boxer. Yeah. Nobody got knocked out. Nobody's hurt. Everybody made their money, you know? Yeah. So that's why, but I didn't know there was money involved. So that's how I was kind of like, okay, good to hear that they're making so much fucking money.
A fucking shit ton of money, dude. But it was crazy.
That shit, like, I can't, like, I'm like I said, like you said, you're a hater. I feel like I'm definitely a hater too. But I can't like knock them for making money, like you were just saying.
Exactly.
I don't want to say props to them, but I'm just like, hey, I guess do what you can.
I mean, they're definitely appealing to their 12-year-old, 13-year-old audience, man. Like,
hate it.
I know. Like, what the fuck?
I feel like I was just trying to give them their props, and now you got me back to like I fucking hate them.
Yeah, their marketing push for this was insane. Like I was following some of the stories. This I did watch, like where they were just talking shit to each other. And so when they went to the UK, Deji, the little brother, had posted a video online. It was like, if you see the Pauls anywhere in the UK, like, make them know they're not welcome. And I was like, okay, you're not supposed to fucking do that. Yeah. Like, you're not. Yeah. And sure enough, like, at one point, they're trying to get away. Like, the Pauls are, like, trying to drive away in a gold Cadillac. And their dad is, like, running behind the car. And then their dad just gets fucking, like, socked in, like, the fucking back of the head by, like, some other kid.
Oh my God. Like, their dad, the Paul dad?
Yeah, the Paul dad. Yeah, it was crazy, man. Yeah. But I mean, like like I said, I don't know the exact numbers, but I mean, I know that the amount of money that they made was just astronomical. It was crazy for that shit. I mean, the pay-per-view, like I said, it was a pay-per-view event. Now they did say that like a lot of people were definitely like pirating that shit. Like a lot of people. I think they were saying upwards of like 250,000. Like confirmed, like these are like pirated streams, and even Twitch was straight up like leaving pirated streams on. Mm-hmm. Like anybody who was streaming the fight on Twitch left it, and then even like I think Twitch staff members were watching it. We're watching them.
Yeah, like nuts. I have a certain website that I use to when I want to stream like soccer matches, which is kind of hard to watch around here, like and stuff like that. And I logged in. I didn't log in. I just I got on the website the other day, and I think that was the first thing on there was KSI and ball, watch it, whatever. And I remember thinking I might like tune in. I completely forgot. But,
that was. I just
we need to schedule like that's a special boxes Southside collection.
Hell no.
I'm definitely not want to do that.
Get our asses rocked.
I don't think we get our asses rocked. I just don't want to like we get our asses rocked, but. I just don't want to get in a fight. So.
No, hell no. But they're already challenging. Like Logan Paul challenged a fucking football player already.
Which one?
I forgot. I totally forgot.
Like an actual football player?
Yeah.
Which one?
I completely forgot. But the football player meant to congratulate his older brother on the fight. He's like, "Yo, like." Heard the fight went well, congrats. But he texted Jake by accident. And he was like, oh, my bad. I thought, I meant to text your older brother. And then, of course, like Jake Paul was like, oh, no problem. Hey, congrats on the new 4-year contract with $65 million, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, I meant to text this other football player. and it was like, go Browns or some shit. Like, apparently they're rivals. And this guy was like, what the fuck was that about? I was like, shit, I don't like. Okay, I guess. And then that's when Jake Paul like said like, meet me in the ring or whatever. And the guy was like, I don't know who the fuck this like kid is, but I mean, if he's challenging me,
if I'm making the money, I'm in.
I'm in. I was like, I would love that.
I'm sure I can smell it right now. Smell it right now. Fucking draw. Like, just fucking.
And I want to say either Jake, and then that same little brother, Jake Paul, he challenged Chris Brown to a fight. Chris
draw.
Oh my God.
But I would like that's the one I'd be in for, like seeing Chris Brown like in for like the ass beating of a lifetime.
He's gonna he would beat the shit out of that dude.
That's not what I want though.
I know. He's so fucking coked out now though. Like he's not gonna feel any sort of pain. Like what's so
he's just out there like I'm winning.
Yeah. Jesus, but now I have another story that I wanted to touch upon, and it'll kind of go into the story that you want to bring up,
mm-hmm.
and it can work vice versa.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is the better choice.
Okay, sorry.
no, like the segment.
The story isn't as good. I got it.
No. The story is damn good, but the segment is you'll see it. So in Toronto, they're about to have the first ever sex doll brothel.
Huh.
Sex doll brothel.
Yeah.
And
see, you want to talk about making money?
That's
like
that. But that to me is like we just got done talking about our balls resting on like the toilet seat. So like that to me is fucking disgusting. Mm-hmm. That's just a disgusting idea because I don't know whether or not like
what they have.
Do you bring your own sex doll? Like
condoms necessary?
Yeah. Are you gonna supply some?
No, if it's a brothel, then there's like no way you have to bring your own sex doll. Like then you just be doing that at your house.
Okay, so then what do? You like,
show up and you fuck one of their dolls.
But then like what? Somebody else has fucked that. Well, I mean, like I guess like the same rules apply for any like.
I feel like that's like a little different, but
like it's a doll.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I guess they would have to like wash them out or. I don't know. It works. Maybe there's like a little like insert that they put in there, so it's just like whenever you. I guess it'd be like you know when you like get your like temperature taken, and they usually put that little cover over the thermometer.
Yeah,
well, that's how it was at the nurse. Now they throw that shit away.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like that, so like you're not actually in there.
I don't know.
I'll just overall like. I mean, I guess if you're into whatever you're into, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Like obviously not for me.
Yeah, most definitely.
But.
But I just thought it was weird that like when I read, it was a story that was reported on by one of the news stations here, but they quoted like the owner, the guy who's opening it up. He's like, yeah, this is a brothel that allows our customers to do what isn't necessarily like okay to do in other brothels, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of customers are you trying to attract? Like that shit's weird. Like I don't like that sentence.
Yeah, I feel like I'm not trying to get into like I don't want to jump to conclusions or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just like seems like criminal activity.
Yeah,
mad
criminal activity. There was like mad criminal activity about to happen on this fucking sex doll brothel.
Yeah,
and but one of the things to me that I was thinking about was like, damn, what if you had a brothel, but it had like robots in it, and then like you have sex with like the robots, but you can also kill the robots, and that'll do like your criminal desires, and then like so basically. But
I haven't seen the show.
I know, I know. I thought it was so clever, and I was like, that's fucking Westworld. Like, what the fuck am I doing?
Also, there's that, but there's also this weird part where like I'm a little uncomfortable that like in your mind you're like. What if like there's this place and you could like fulfill your criminal desires? Like what kind of people you want to attract anyways?
That's what I'm saying. Like no, I'm not trying to attract any person.
You're like, what a good business idea.
But I was thinking about like in like a movie term, like oh man, that'd be a dope ass like movie, but it's already a fucking show. It's called Westworld. So
and I heard the second season wasn't that good. So
huh? Nothing.
Are you finally admitting?
I'm not admitting shit.
Y'all heard it here.
I haven't seen the rest of it. I have not seen the rest of it.
Well, I guess it does transition into what I wanted to talk about. So, and I feel like there's a story there. And I feel like this is not the first
story.
But it's not the first time that like I had heard this.
Exactly.
And,
it's not.
And I've always had this kind of like, I saw this on King of the Hill once.
Yeah.
And so in like France, there's a small village apparently. I was reading an article about this. And there's like there's a lot of beaches in France and things like that. And apparently there's like a dolphin that's been swimming around and people have been kind of enjoying it. He's very friendly. He's been like swimming around with the people. He's like bumping into them. He's like swimming up to the stuff. So a lot of people in the town were kind of like, oh, well, I think they named him like Zafo or something like that. And so he's like, he's a friendly dolphin. But like, as time has like gone on, he's starting to like rub up against people in like a sexual way. And now like there's this, the mayor of this like village has like put in like a swimming ban, and nobody's allowed to get into the water to swim because like there's the risk that like Zafar the dolphin might go to town on you or something. I don't know. Like I don't really know.
Zafar
Like,
the dolphin's gonna rape you.
yeah. I don't know what the deal is, because apparently there was a woman that was out in the water that they had to send a rescue boat out to get her.
Oh my god!
Yeah, because like the dolphin wouldn't let her come back to the beach, and so that makes me super uncomfortable. Like I don't even like when dogs try to like hunt my leg or anything.
Nope.
And to think like I'm in the water and there's this like 10-foot dolphin just trying to like fucking pin me.
I'm already uncomfortable in the water as it is. Like I'm not a natural swimmer or some shit, and just to think that there's like a fucking fish that's like just as big as I am, probably even bigger, and it's just keeping me out.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
It might even try to take me further just to like try to fuck me. Like, I'm not down with that. Like one bit. I'm not down with that at all.
And like that's not the first time I heard that about like dolphins.
No,
it's like that's why like there's certain animals that are like too smart.
Yeah,
that they smart to the point that make me uncomfortable. Just like at the zoo when I see chimps, I don't like it because I can tell that like they are thinking, what the fuck? Why am I in here and like you're out there? That's what I feel when I see chimps. And not only that, is that they're like into weird shit too, you know? So like they do that shit where they're like, I'm bored, I'm gonna throw some shit at you.
Yeah.
It's like bothers me that they're like and dolphins are super fucking smart. So that's another thing. It's just like not really smart, but like he's got like his needs too.
Yeah.
And so apparently there's like a animal behaviorist or something that was saying, I guess he's like the only dolphin there. So they're saying he's got like, they're reading into it. He's got like social cravings that have gotten neglected for so long that now it's like manifesting itself in this way. But also like, seems like so extreme that like the whole town, like nobody get in the water.
No,
like, it's not safe.
Nobody getting that shit.
Just when you thought it was safe to get back in the water.
God.
And now there's like, apparently there's like a lawyer who's like petitioning against the ban because he's like, this dolphin has not done anything wrong. And that's where I'm like, all right, now you're
for the fucking
now you're going too fucking far. Like that's just like, just stay out of the water. I'd rather not fucking go in, but
I wouldn't. I would not. Like that's not the first. Like I said, that's not the first time I've heard that about dolphins. Because there's definitely even videos where like the people are like feeding the dolphins, and the dolphins come up and they're on top of them.
Yep.
And they're just like fucking like rocking back and forth.
But people find it mad funny. Yeah,
people find it fucking hilarious. I'm like, yo, he's deep in you. like if he's not, he's trying to be. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, I don't. It makes me uncomfortable.
I don't like that one bit. Like that especially because like I think. I don't know if that was him in the picture, but like the article has a picture of a dolphin, and the dolphin, and the dolphin's like, he's just like, coming out, like it's your boy Zafar. What the fuck?
I think it was Zafar or something.
Zafar.
He's like, I doubt that's him, but he looks very like.
He looks very fucking menacing.
Come in here.
Very creepy. Very creepy.
Yeah. So that just it's creepy. It's just there's some smart ass animals out there.
Yeah, very smart fucking animals. I don't get it though.
Like you were saying, like I don't like being in the ocean that much anyway. So if something like kept me out there, it's like I'm just trying to get back, and like I guess I don't know how they do it, but they're just like pushing you or something.
Yeah,
nah.
But then that's just part one of my fear. Like usually, if I think of that, like oh shit, this shark is like trying to eat me or trying to kill me. And now it's like, no, you're just trying to keep me out here because you want to have sex with me. Like, no.
Yeah. Eat me.
Yeah, fucking just kill me. Like, please. Because, like, I don't want to go back after that. Like, I really just
Pedro.
like to die.
He likes dolphins.
Yeah. You're having him.
Yeah. But then like, you hear the shit where, like, I don't know if I've only ever seen it in, like, movies where dolphins will like fight off sharks and shit.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
I don't think that's
where they come in, they hit them with their like nose.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
They're piercing them.
Yeah. So I can't tell if I like dolphins or I don't.
I feel like dolphins get like, I don't know. Like, and when I think of dolphins' reputations, like, and what I'm learning about this dolphin here and from what I've seen, I feel like when it comes to the animal kingdom, sharks are kind of like, we don't fuck with dolphins.
They're weird.
Yeah. Dolphins just like, they're fucking weird. And same thing with, I feel like manatees.
I feel like manatees.
Manatees are fine, but like, have you? There's a couple of pictures where like they get it. They see manatees underwater, and they kind of look like they have knees.
Oh, that's a beluga. I saw it the other day, the beluga whales.
Yeah, and they kind of look like almost like the bottom half of a mermaid. Mm-hmm. And I'm just kind of like, that's creepy as fuck.
Yeah, I didn't like that shit. Because they looked like somebody was in like a manatee or a beluga whale suit.
Yeah.
And their knees were like coming out of the skin. Yeah. Like, I always hear that shit about beluga whales where they'd be like, oh, in the old days, sailors would confuse them for like mermaids. And it's like, what? Like I see. Why? Yeah, like it must have been like lonely ass times.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I don't know how true it is, but I always hear that and they're like, they would end up sleeping with the. I'm like, no, like I don't think that's true. But at the same time, I'm seeing this picture of this beluga whale, and I'm like, I'm good. Like I don't. I'm not that desperate to.
How did they go from that to fucking Ariel? That's my thing.
That's true too.
Mm-hmm. What? I don't get it.
Like, why does the Little Mermaid look like that?
Yeah. Or like,
wasn't the stories that they are just women with like fish tail?
Yeah.
So I guess Ariel's drawn in what they're supposed to look like.
I guess, but how did it go? Like, I don't know.
How did they see beluga whales? And you're like, that's it. That's the mermaid.
It's a mad bullshitter pirate out there. Mm-hmm. Like, oh yeah, like
I thought it was.
I fucked like I fucked this beautiful creature. To come back to just like him going at it with a fucking beluga whale.
I should have seen her.
Yeah, I should have seen her.
Oh fuck,
Jesus, man. Yep, that's that. Another kind of thing that I wanted to touch upon this week. So my favorite director, I don't know if I've ever discussed it on the show.
John Woo?
No, fuck. I don't mind John Woo. He's made some good movies.
Oh,
Hard Boiled.
Ang Lee.
Fuck, was it John? No, John Woo made Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, I think he did Hard Boiled as well.
Yeah, and Hard Boiled is my shit. Have you seen that one?
No.
Oh man, damn good movie. One of the best shootouts ever. But Quentin Tarantino currently making a film right now, and it's based off of the Manson murders with I think her name's Sherry Tate and all that. You know, that whole thing that went down back in the 70s, I believe. And he actually, the news just came out like he's casting like fucking ridiculous talent for this. Like, you know, DiCaprio's in it. Brad Pitt is in it. James Marsden. I mean, like, just fucking...
Who's James Marsden?
James Marsden, I think, wasn't he the dude?
Is that Cyclops?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He was also in Westworld.
Cyclops. Got it.
And so, like, he's casting like this good talent, and then he finally cast the Manson, the guy who's playing he's the guy. Let's say Marilyn Manson.
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson. The guy he cast as Manson, Charles Manson. And the dude who they got to play is like this Australian actor, and he's 46 or 48, and Charles Manson in the movie is supposed to be 18, I believe. So this dude's 30 years older. But you look at a picture of him, and I'll post it up. You'll see it here. Dude looks fucking young for 48 years old, and he looks kind of like
18-year-old.
Yeah, and he looks kind of like him.
What's the movie supposed to be about? Are they like? We're gonna infiltrate and kill the like Manson family.
No,
because that seems to be Tarantino's thing. Is like
he wants to change history.
Take like a hated like a group of people that were like fucking evil.
Well, that's the thing,
and like kill them in a way that like historically they weren't.
A lot of people, don't ask me who or why, but a lot of people don't hate Charles Manson, or like a lot of people idolize him because they're on that like he never did anything and blah blah blah. Because he didn't kill him. And like technically, yeah, he didn't kill him. He just fucking told those people to kill him.
Yeah, it's like a cultural thing. Like,
yeah,
I don't know how to explain it because he died recently, right?
Yeah.
So I was just thinking that, like, I remember when he died, a little too many people were on that. Damn, did you hear that Charles Manson died?
Yes, dude.
And I'm just like, yeah, what about it?
Yeah,
like,
what the fuck?
But it was a little too like, damn, that's crazy. I'm like, that crazy. It took so long,
dude. I can't understand how it is for people like. To be in a cult and to follow a cult leader.
Is he the one that has a swastika like on his forehead?
Yeah, exactly. And so like,
damn, gone too soon.
Yeah, ramp. Yeah. Fucking. I don't understand, and I'll get shit for this, but I think that people who fall into those cults and start following these fucking fanatic ass people are some of the most weak-minded fucking individuals like ever.
Mm-hmm.
Like you talk about a follower, that's a goddamn follower. Like I don't get that at all. And I bring it up too because I brought this up because one, it's Quentin Tarantino. I'm excited to see whatever he's gonna do with this. It's like it sounds like it's gonna be dope. But also too, I had just seen a documentary. There's a new series. It's not a documentary. There's a new series on Netflix. It's called Dark Tourists, and it's this New Zealand guy that goes around the world and he takes vacations, but he takes dark vacations where he visits like really morbid places. And like it's fucking great.
You're in, right?
I fucking love it, man. Like he goes to really cool shit. Like he went to like the first episode, he goes to Colombia, like Medellin, and they have like, of course, they have like the Pablo Escobar like tour that you can take with like a Pablo Escobar looking like tour guide. And
that sounds fun.
Yeah, like it sounds like it's pretty fucking cool. And so he does stuff like that. And I think in the second episode or the first one, because he goes to 3 places in each episode. He went to this place in LA where they like fucking idolize Charles Manson. Like they love the dude so much. And he was in that episode, he met with the guy that had rights over Charles Manson's body. Mm-hmm. Charles Manson left his body to a good friend, and that friend was this dude who thought Charles Manson was just like any normal guy, just misunderstood. So when he went to prison, he started writing Charles Manson, and finally like Charles Manson wrote him back, and they became like really good friends. Mm-hmm. And that's how they know each other. And the interview between the host of the show and him is just weird, man. It's just like this, it's like this tense sort of interview, and it takes a minute for the guy to kind of warm up to him. But you can tell he's just fucking nuts.
The guy that's like got the rights to Charles Manson's body.
He's just fucking crazy because he's all he does is like continually defend him and all this other shit. And it's definitely an interesting show. I think it's one of the better Netflix like original. It's a Netflix original. Like if you have that, definitely check it out because he goes to some cool shit. But he went to that Charles Manson like fucking fanatic dude. It was insane. Yeah, I don't get that at all. But yeah, he had the right. He has exclusive rights to Charles Manson's like belongings and body and all that shit.
I was also thinking about like what you're saying about that the people are like weak-minded or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like fuck me, like I don't know, because I know there's something like to it. Like there's definitely something to like the way they like get people.
Yeah,
like I'm sure like they obviously like I don't know a ton about this shit.
It takes a special sort of person to
like
be
the people are like really fucking like smart. They're like smart,
yes,
and they know like exactly how to prey on like people's like weakness
and how to manipulate them.
And just like from what I've heard, it's like you don't even realize it. Of course, you don't realize it, but it's just like little by little, it's like this motherfucker knows what I want. Like you know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's like you fall into it. And I feel like I'm on that. Like I would never like be in like a cult, but I just feel like, do I know that? Like, how do you know? Like you're just like, come through. Like we're gonna be at the compound, and like we're gonna be hanging out, cooking and shit. Like it'll be fun. And I get there, and it's just like, there's something about it, I think. But just saying, like I'm like mentally weak. I'm just like, probably, but gotta be something like to it that's more like.
I'm not gonna deny that there's something to it. And like that these cult leaders are there. That's exactly what they are. They're fucking like really intelligent individuals that know how to prey and manipulate, like what you were saying. But I would fucking pray and hope to think that like I'm not one to just fall into that, because I can just kind of be like, I hope that I'll be able to recognize it and be like, oh, okay, well, I'm good.
I think it's like the people.
I'm a deuce out.
Yeah. I think the people are just like people who are kind of like lost in general.
People who are looking for something.
Let's say like me and you, like we have jobs and like more like established, I guess. Yeah. And that's not to say that's the only way to like live or anything. A lot of people have like different like ways of like whatever. Everything's like, you know, however you want to live your life. Yeah. But I think like the people that are kind of, man, I'm really looking for something to latch onto. Like I feel I haven't found what I'm like looking for, and then you find this like real charming individual who's probably. Yeah, we're all hanging out here. we're gonna live in a certain way. Like, nobody understands us. And it's just like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And next thing you know, you're like in the cult, and you're just there, and you're like, nobody gets how we live, but it's. Yeah. I imagine it's something like that. But
yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
That's Isn't that like a big thing, like in like the 70s or 80s? Like,
oh hell yeah!
Everybody was scared. Like it's a cult. Like you're gonna get in a cult.
Yeah, everything.
That's crazy.
Everything was like everything was weird like that back then. There was I also wanted to see the other documentary that Netflix came out with called Wild Country.
That's the one with the guys from India. Or
yeah,
something like that?
Yeah. I wanted to check that one out, but I haven't seen that one yet.
I always hear like weird things where it's like they weren't doing anything. Like it's like they like pretty much settled down in like some rural kind of area.
Yeah.
In like Utah or Idaho, and but the people who are already there were just like, "Fuck that!"
Yeah,
like got a bunch of strangers here.
Yeah.
But then like I always hear weird things where like, yeah, and the people, the cult people that they didn't do anything. Well, I mean, I'm like, there was that part where they like poisoned the town, but that's like, and I'm just like, what the hell happened? Like I feel like I'm missing the part where they like build up to that.
Hell yeah!
So like, I mean, they did poison like the well, the water source, but I mean that's because they were like defending them. It's like y'all fall into the cult too. Yeah. But who knows? Yeah, that's something we need to get back into playing fucking Far Cry.
Yes, dude, we do. After watching that, I've been wanting to play.
It's like that game Far Cry came out right before God of War came out.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those games. It's like this is good. Oh shit!
Yeah. I'm having fun. Oh shit!
Like I feel like I had same thing with Horizon Zero Dawn. I was like, I had a time of my Breath of the Wild, and I just like never looked back. And kind of like another thing I want to talk about, and this isn't as much about the story as much as this has always been something that's like annoyed me. So it's gonna be something like fairly quick and like hopefully it's gonna seem like overreaction. Okay. So I think like this week, I think tonight, it was either tonight or last night, NASA had announced that like there was a potentially hazardous asteroid that was gonna pass the Earth. So this asteroid is apparently they said it's as wide as like one of the Great Pyramids is tall. So it's very big. It's a very big asteroid, and they're like potentially hazardous. It's gonna pass by the Earth. So of course people are like, oh shit, like I gotta look into this. And like NASA came out and they're like, oh, it's not. Like right now they're like, oh, you don't have to worry about it. It's potentially hazardous, but like don't worry. We'll be safe. And so this is the thing that I feel like I've heard a bunch of times before. You heard it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming by close to Earth.
No worries.
Yeah, so they're expected to pass within 0.03377 astronomical units of Earth. I'm just like, damn, we about to get taken out. But this equals fucking 3 million miles away. And like that's always really fucking bothered me, is that they're like, there's a large asteroid coming by and it's coming by close, and then they're like, it's maybe like 3 million miles away. I'm like, how fucking far 3 million miles? Like, I get it, like space works differently, but I'm tired of that shit. Like, I don't even want like to bring that shit up. Like, if you're like 3 million, tell me when it's like 100,000 miles away. Then I'd be like, oh shit.
That's one of the only instances where I don't feel any sort of way about saying like, tell me in like American terms or like speaking English. Like tell me what the fuck it really is.
Like I feel like if it's coming closer than like the moon is to us, then I want to know.
Yeah.
But like besides that, I'm just like 3 million miles away. Like we ain't even gonna fucking notice. Fuck. But then they talked about how far like the moon is, and apparently not the moon, the sun. They're like the sun. In comparison, the sun is like 94 million miles away. And this is gonna sound dumb, like this is like basic science shit, but I'm just like, fucking sun must be hot as fuck. We're 94 million miles away, and then we're constantly on it is hot as shit out here. like that's crazy to think about. I know it's like basic science type things, but it's crazy to think that like we're 94 million miles away from the sun.
Yeah.
It's fucking hot. Like, it's crazy.
We're the third planet. Imagine Mercury. God, that would fucking suck.
Yeah.
That's very true though. The sun is hot.
Yeah, that obviously, right? Like
no, but I'm saying like when you put it in those terms, like
that's crazy. That's like it must, and it's so big. We see it and we're like, oh, there's the sun, but it's just like think about it. The shit is 94 million miles away, and we can see it.
Yeah,
like, it's like what the fuck?
Yeah, we can see it. We can feel it.
Yeah, so I'm just like, that's crazy.
Jesus Christ. And like it hurts to see.
Mm-hmm.
That's all fucking like, Jesus Christ.
The sun is hot and it hurts my eyes.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to bring across that point. Like, I can't stand this shit. Like the fucking it is 3 million miles away. I'm not worried. Don't even call it potential. I'm sure they have like a when it's this far away, we have to call it potentially hazardous.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, how is that like? Move that shit down to there's something curious happening this Friday, or I don't. Yeah.
I wonder how it's gonna be. Like, I wonder if we're ever gonna have that sort of meteor, like
the meteor scare,
or
like it actually comes.
No, like, well, I hope it doesn't.
So, like, essentially, like,
scare.
If it comes like around like the distance of like the moon,
yeah.
So where like we can see it like go by,
yeah. To where like.
Or does
I don't want it to happen, but like
this is the shit that me or you were like notoriously
but if NASA comes out and they'd be like, I remember that 3 million mile shit.
Yeah.
Hey, we ain't fucking with that. Mm-hmm. Like, this is like under 1 million, or like close enough to where you motherfuckers gotta be scared like right now.
Like, yeah, like, is it the sense that like NASA's just like, we'll be honest, like we don't really know. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't look like it's gonna hit. Or they're just like, we don't know if it's going to hit or not. It's coming close.
Yeah.
Like, really fucking close.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
That'd be nuts.
And like,
that'd be fucking insane. But I would have, like, we would definitely do, like, a meteor special. Well,
it's just like, I was thinking about the other day how stupid it was that we were, before Harvey, like, it's been a year since Harvey. And, like, I feel so bad looking back. Like, when Harvey was on its way, we were very, like, ain't shit gonna happen. Like, this is so stupid. But, not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like we didn't know. It's like you just kind of take it for ain't shit gonna happen, and then fucking Harvey was a big deal.
Yeah, fucking.
I couldn't think of how stupid it was. Like, Harvey was supposed to land on like a Thursday or something like that. I don't know what day. And I remember like that day it was like cloudy and it kind of like rainy a little bit. Yeah. And then the rain went away. The rain went away, and I was just like, I'm gonna come over and watch that fucking like. So it was some boxing fight.
It was Floyd Mayweather and. Yeah, it was that.
And who?
And
McGregor? Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. So I was like, hey, man, I'm going to come over for the fight. You're like, all right, fuck it. So I drive like an hour from my house to your house. And I'm just like, man, like, it's not raining at all. And suddenly, like, it fucking starts like pouring.
Saturday. It was Saturday night.
And I'm just like, hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and like get out of here. Like, I'm going to go ahead and leave. And I walk outside. It's fucking like windy as hell. It's fucking raining hard, and like I feel like I'm like racing out of town as like Harvey's like coming in on me. As soon as I get home next day, I wake up, it's like shit is fucked. Like I can't like that was so stupid.
You would have been there for 3 days. Yeah, for 3 days because the family that I had there watching the fight stayed with us for 3 days.
Yeah,
and it wasn't like it's just like my Theo and like a couple of my cousins. No, it was like his whole family. Like Theo, their 2 kids. Everybody's there. It was insane, man.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
But I imagine if that should happen, I wouldn't know what to do. If they said they didn't know, you just prepare to like.
You have to, I guess.
But what do you prepare for? You're gonna die, like
exactly.
So you just kind of because I know there's people that are like doomsday preppers.
Yeah.
So they have their like vaults ready and shit, but I don't know. I don't want to live in a vault. Like you know what I mean? Like if it's gonna be like they say, where it's like, oh, this is the second ice age. I'm just like. I'm out. Like, fuck it. Like, I'll be dead. Like, I'm not trying to live through no fucking, like, ice age. I'm not trying to live through, like, fucking all electronic things are, like, done for. Oh, like, God. You know what I mean? Like, and that sounds, like, kind of stupid. Like, oh, you're so spoiled and weak. And just, like, I'm not spoiled and weak. I'm just, nah. Like, I don't need to be part of any kind of, like, fucking restarting process for, like, humans.
No. We would be royally fucked if that happened. That'd be insane.
I live out in the country though, so
exactly. I think you'd be okay. I feel like they only target fucking cities. Yeah. You know?
But
then far enough. But
no, but you mean like an asteroid big enough that it's not just like it leveled Houston. I'm talking like this shit's gonna like cause climate change like that is what you're talking about. Yeah. See, I'm not. I would get prepared in a way I just be like at peace. I do all the shit that I want to do.
Yeah.
Make sure I'm with my family, I guess, and then just, hey, it lands tonight, and then if it passes close by and it doesn't do anything, I'm like, all right, well.
Apparently, kicking it back to Harvard.
Back to our Harvard days.
Yeah, no, kicking back to Harvey. When I was looking for apartments, they were saying that I was talking to. I looked at one property, and they were like, yeah, our residents. Whenever we did lose power during Harvey. And so we sent out a mass email to everyone to, get rid of their food that was in their refrigerator. He's like, And I'm gonna be honest with you, that was one of the best like pool parties that like we'd ever thrown because everybody just like brought all their shit to the pool. And apparently it was like this huge ass fucking party at the pool, and like people just went like nuts.
The real end of the world party.
Yeah. Yeah,
the Independence Day shit.
Yeah,
where they're on top of the fucking skyscraper.
And I was just kind of like, man, that sounds mad fun.
I hope we get another one.
He was like, man, he's like, you look everywhere, and it was so much different food. He's like, you had burgers and hot dogs, tacos, and like some people own like the sushi restaurants, and they brought all their shit. I was like, damn, that's badass. Yeah, so that was good. Good little end story.
And on a light note.
Yeah, and on a very light note.
That's all I got. I know we were doing like a shorter episode this week.
No, definitely. Yeah. We hit an hour. Holy shit.
Pedro was like in the midst of his move, so figured we keep it short and light.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, we wanted to bring you guys definitely some content this week. So as always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another special podcast. Oh God, what happened?
Yeah, you saw that?
Yeah. Oh, it's still recording.
Yeah.
It was like when I
starts going backwards.
Too. Yeah. So as always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another special podcast. To all our listeners, thank you so much for your continued support. And you can catch us on YouTube if you want to see our beautiful mugs on the YouTube screen. And other than that, man, I think we're good. Sign off. Episode 47 in the books.
Y'all see this set evolve over time.
Exactly. It's gonna evolve. You're gonna be part of this. You're part of this growing set. So stay tuned.
All right. Well,
other than that,
later.
Catch you guys later.
See y'all next week.